Air. It's way too early for the fake. This that real game for real bros. No decaf, no cap. Welcome to Shogun Bros, no decaf. Live every weekday, 6:30 in the morning, Central Time. Did you hear what I said? Central Time. We talk dogs, bloodline building to yard work, from stud talk to the truth behind the pups. This ain't no highlight reel. It's how you really build legacy. Shogun Bros, no decaf. Pull up, pull up, handle yours. This ain't just content. It's culture. Welcome to the Cookout with Toyo, where family vibes meet front porch truth. No scripts, no filters, just heart, heat, and hot plates. Ooh. Step up with elevated perspective, with elevated game for grown men and women building mind, spirit, and vision. And men at work with Pimps Over Simps. Choice. Real convos, no cap, all purpose for the men behind the mission. 3 shows, 1 network, all gas, no decaf. Put no creamer in my man. Look, Shogun Unlimited, man. Press play and get man. Come on, press play, press play.
Yes, sir. Live, man. What's happening?
Yes, sir. Phew. Can you hear me, Big Hill or Big A? I mean.
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear, man.
Might be muted.
Who, me? I'm muted?
Huh. Is that? Oh, you're back in now.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yep, it did that same thing yesterday, but I couldn't hear you at all. But then when I watched it back, you couldn't hear me.
Mm-hmm.
It was weird. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
We in here today.
Mm-hmm.
So,
hey, Skip Bell, what's happening, man? Wells back in here. Wells Walker, man, what's happening? Wayne Moon. Live your life, dogs. Tony M, what's the deal? Yeah. What you want to talk about, Elevator?
I mean, I'm gonna cook a little on the pick of the litter, and then we can switch the subject.
Okay.
So, what to keep and what to cut. Like usually when I do a breeding, I have an idea of like what I'm looking for. Ahead of time, you know, as far as, let's say, we'll just make it simple as the sex. So I have an idea of what I'm looking for, male and female wise, and pretty much if I get that, then I'll keep, you know, my plan. But then if I don't, then I can adjust a little bit, you know, accordingly. She started to bother Hooter a little bit today. She might have some today.
Yeah.
Get in that doghouse, girl, if you're gonna have them. But
yeah.
So I mean, like, after they're born.
You about to you about to have a litter right now, right?
Yeah, I mean it should drop any day. She's like 60. She's like 64 or 5 days from the first time I bred her. So.
Okay.
And I skip a day, and I bred her 3 times. So,
yeah.
So she could have took on the first one, she could have took on the second one, or she could have took on the last one. But I was initially thinking she took on the first one, but as I'm getting a few days past it, probably not. She's just huge. She's probably just gonna have 8 or more. And I mean, I hope so I can let a few people get some of them. Put them in different situations, see what they do.
Do you have any expectations with this litter?
If they're anything like Vixen and Rogue and Judge. I mean, they should be some pretty high caliber dogs. Eager to hit hogs, eager to hit squirrels, anything like that.
What's your process when the pups hit the ground?
So, like, as far as could you cut the music down just a little?
Yeah.
Just a little. So so I wormed her 2 weeks ago with Pyrantel Pomate, right? And then when the pups are 2 weeks old, after she drops them, everybody says don't wash your puppies and stuff like that, but I've seen puppies born in the dirt, and if they're nasty, I'll wash them. You know what I mean? Like I'll help her the first time. You know, if I'll give her enough time to clean them up, but if she don't, you know, then I'll help her a little bit, and she'll get the idea after they're clean. So I might help her clean them up, but then I won't really hardly touch them for 2 weeks. I mean, I'll fool with them. That's another thing. If you see me touch puppies, you'll see me have gloves on. So, like rubber gloves. That's just something I do. I don't know.
Okay.
So, whenever they're born, at 2 weeks old, I'll worm them with Pyrantel Pomate, which is the same thing as Nemex too. It's basically exactly the same thing. The same active ingredient, everything. So, I'll worm them with Nemex too. Or Pyrantel. Come on, Maggie. Come on. Leave Judge alone. So, I'll worm them with Pyrantel, and then I'll skip in 2 more weeks, and I'll worm them again. And when they hit the 4-week mark, they get a 5-1. Then they hit the 5-week mark, they get another 5-1. This is just this is what an older head told me, so I don't have to deal with parvo ever again. So at 5 weeks they get a 5-1. At 6 weeks they get a 9-1. Then at 8 weeks they get 10-1. I don't really use the 12-1s or whatever. I just never have. I've heard from a lot of people that a couple of them things that they vaccinate for, there's been adverse effects of them vaccines. So I don't do a 12-1 too much.
Hey, elevator.
Yes, sir.
You know another trick to beat the parvo before they come out.
Huh?
Do you know the 10-1 plus Lyme?
Yeah.
Okay, so I got all my dogs on a scheduled vaccine, males on one and the females on another. Anytime I'm about to do a breeding and I see that their vaccines don't line up with the breeding date, I would give them a 10+1 with Lyme right before I stuck, probably a day before I stuck them. And what it does is when you while it's going into their system, so say I was going to do a breeding tomorrow, so I hit her with the 10-1 today, stick her tomorrow. Now before I stick her, I always worm both dogs out a week prior, week or 2 prior. So when you stick them after the vaccine, that vaccine is actually going inside the pups, which lowers your risk for everything else. Because I had pups born in the dirt also, and long time ago, before I learned certain stuff, I did have certain problems, not all the time, but I noticed when I had vaccinated 2 of my females that had pups on the ground, I had vaccinated them before the stick, and I never had that issue again. So when I got the pups, I did blood work on the pups when they was about 3 or 4 weeks, and you could see that they had some of the vaccine in their system from the 10-1. So
that's interesting, dude. So do you think that it strengthens the let me think of the word, the maternal immunity?
Yeah.
That's
I sure do. But because you got to remember, like we keep stating, the pups after the stick, all the rest of the stuff is from the mother. You know, so you got to remember, if the mother got a weak system, the pup's gonna have a weak. You might get a couple that's strong, but if the mother got a weak system, the pup's gonna have a weak system. So with the 10-in-1 shots, because of the environment that my dogs live in these woods, I give it to them every 6 to 7 months instead of once every 12 months. And I noticed I had less and less issues over the years, over the last 15 years. But it's better to vaccinate. If you're a person that's breeding your own stock, it's best that you vaccinate the dog between a day and 7 days before you do the first stick. So that way, as the pups are developing in the mother, you're building their not just their immunity system, but you building up everything about the pup before they even hit the ground. And like I say, it lessens your chances of parvo and all that other stuff.
That's an interesting topic. I ain't never heard nobody speak on that.
Because a lot of people don't know
I
that.
can definitely see how that makes sense. Like, I could definitely see that. I mean, you're building her immunity, so therefore, I mean, through that, they're automatically going to have a better immune system. That makes sense.
I mean, then you got to remember, they drinking the mother's milk also. So they not only are they getting it while they developing, they getting it while they drinking the milk.
So, there was this old guy that bred hound dogs, right? Here's a little bit different topic, right? So he was having a problem weaning his pups off, right? He just didn't want to, he wanted them to not want to drink the milk first. So he started giving the mama a little bit of garlic. And from my research, the garlic flavor goes from her stomach into the milk. It'll make the milk taste like garlicky. And it makes the puppies not
even
want to
apple
drink
cider
it.
vinegar.
Huh?
No, I say even apple cider vinegar make them get off the titty.
Okay. That's interesting. Are you talking about with the mother or without the mother?
Both. Like, okay, so my last set of pups I just had, me personally, I like, as long as she allowed them to feed, I normally try to leave them on there so they can get every last bit of nutrients. Not only that, so they can make her titties go down faster also. So, but with apple cider vinegar, what I noticed when I would give the mother apple cider vinegar whenever she was feeding, the pups wouldn't drink as much milk. So garlic does it also, but if you don't have garlic, you can use apple cider vinegar because they're not used to that taste. They're not used to the taste yet.
Yeah, every flavor is more intense for them at that young of an age. That's interesting. Huh. So do you use apple cider vinegar with the mother or without it?
Both. I use it with the mother and without it.
Okay.
I use both. So basically, the one with the mother, I try to use that one after I run out the regular one, if that makes sense. Well, yeah, that's yeah.
What is the mother? What technically is it?
Well, it's different, because it's like 6 different types. I don't know if you paid attention to that, but it's like 6 different types of it.
Of apple cider vinegar?
Yeah, you got the one with mother, you got the one with honey, you got the one with is it eucalyptus? You got different ones though. You got different ones.
Interesting. So you could use a different one for different uses.
That's that. Yeah, I was gonna get into that, but I ain't got my test result book with me, so I ain't gonna speak on it on this episode. Probably tomorrow, but yeah, you can. All of them do different things for the dog. All of them have some of the same benefits, but all of them do different things.
That's interesting. I've never used apple cider vinegar with bitches that had puppies. I never even thought about that.
Oh yeah. So my like I said, my normal routine before I breed any female, I worm them not only with my dewormer, I use other ones also, and mainly apple cider vinegar because apple cider vinegar gets all of the parasites. The I forgot what they called them. Damn, I can't remember the proper name for it. But the apple cider vinegar gets
for pregnant and nursing bitches too.
Yeah, but the apple cider vinegar it gets rid of other things that the wormer don't get rid of.
Interesting. What's the matter with you, Brick? This little guy. Starting to get some size to him a little bit. He always raises hell at Judge. But yeah, so like, I'm gonna definitely implement a couple of them things. I'm gonna try that this time. That's for sure. I like to try all kinds of stuff. So.
Well, and also the apple cider vinegar. Not only does it help your bitch get back in shape after the pups, like I said, it helped with the bacteria, helping them get back in shape. It also helped the nipples go back up a little faster because it dries. After the pups, it basically dries out the inside, the parts that need to be dried out.
It definitely makes sense.
Like you can literally just on a store basis, you can give your dog a certain type of diatomaceous earth and the mother's apple cider vinegar, and you really never have to buy wormer again, technically.
Huh.
Now, if you use what's the one that come in the yellow? The wormer.
Albus or
I've been fuck my mind somewhere else right now.
Is that what it's called?
No, I don't think it's that one. It's the one with the yellow box with the green writing on it. No, not that one. Fuck, where my tablet at? Let me look for this shit.
So it
but
says
the other
apple
one,
cider vinegar is made through a 2-stage fermentation process. First, apples are crushed and juiced, and then the juice ferments into cider, which you could drink like alcohol. In a second fermentation, bacteria convert the alcohol in the cider into acetic acid, which gives apple cider vinegar its characteristic sour taste. So basically, all it is double fermented wine.
Yeah, but see, there's a part in it you ain't catch though. Elevated, it's something that apple cider vinegar and regular liquor has in common. Now, certain people that are alcoholics, it fucked them up, but it also prevents them from getting certain things. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah, I guess that's why you don't hardly ever see them sick other than from the alcohol.
Exactly.
Huh.
Exactly. But other than heartworm medication, as far as regular wormings for the regular worms and all of that, if you, like I said, if you was to use, now it depends on your area too, because everybody's soil and environment is different. But on a regular emergency basis, you got to put it down there. That's where the gasket go, down there. On a regular emergency basis, mother's apple cider vinegar and a certain type of diatomaceous earth, you really don't have to worm your dog. You don't have to buy wormer if you give that to them on a scheduled monthly basis. It keeps your dog clean. The only thing you have to worry about is heartworms. But as far as all the other worms, those two items save you a lot of money. Because it's all about prevention. If your prevention is up to date, you really won't get any worms. That's the thing.
I wonder is it food grade diatomaceous earth? Is that the one you're talking about? Like in the big green bag?
Yeah. It got to be food grade. The other one is the one you sprayed on the yard. for ticks
Yeah.
and fleas and stuff. But yeah, as long as it's food grade, you can so starting out, because every dog's system is different. Let's say for pups. So if you feed a pup a cup and a half, 2 cups of kibble, I would put maybe a tablespoon of Mother's apple cider vinegar and probably a teaspoon of diatomaceous earth, and I would mix it up and pour it inside the food. And I would do that once every 2 weeks. If you do that, your dog will never have worms. Your dog you would never have to buy worm again. I promise you. People that know my dogs know this is true.
So that's not. I had been doing that for a long time, and I didn't even know that that's what it was doing when I was doing it.
Yeah, that's what it do. Because even if you was to do that and do a blood test and all that shit, you will see and do a stool test, you will see that that is what is actually cleaning out your dog and stuff.
So
That's
like
a
a dog that's considered a worm burden.
Yeah.
Interesting. A dog that's considered has a worm burden. You know, I've heard that from vets. A worm burden, where it's so eat up with worms, it's going to take multiple treatments to get rid of it. You could use that, and it might would make less treatments that you'd have to go through at the vet.
Yeah, because remember, with them treatments, you also got other stuff in the treatment that's breaking the dog down while it's trying to build the dog back up, which could be harmful. But like I said, if people focus on prevention, then you really won't have that issue.
Yep. Yeah, if you're using a preventative rather than like just solving the problem when you see it, that's
Let me
definitely
find.
that's
Is it
definitely
called
the way to go.
IV? Big A, what's the name? What is it called? IV Nectum? What the fuck is it called?
Ivermectin.
Ivermectin. That's the only.
Yeah.
That is the only vaccine that y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all something. If y'all not paying attention, what's going on with these vaccines and Tractor Supply and all these other places? IV Nectar, if you can go out and buy it in your local town, you need to load up on it before they pull it, because I'm gonna just keep it real. Even with the 10-in-1 plus lime, if they pull all that shit off the shelf, other than diatomaceous earth, apple cider vinegar, and ivermectin, those are the 3 things you mainly need. All that other stuff you really don't need.
I don't see them pulling it off the shelf because they use it for livestock.
Well, see, that's the thing though, because see, the livestock community, this is something else that's not being talked about. The livestock community have been going back and forth with the states for pulling the medicine, because all of the people with the fucking game dogs keep getting caught in having the vaccines. Just look at the cases that happened last year, in the last 3 years. All of them got supplies from fucking Tractor Supply.
Yeah.
So it's not because they not gonna pull it. The dog men that's out there that's buying these vaccines need to be thanking the people who got livestock that you able to get your vaccines. Because the moment the people with the livestock stop fighting for their shit, the average dog man can't go get vaccines no more. It's not because of the dogs, it's because of the people with the livestock. That's the reason why you able to still go get it.
Yep. Yeah, because it's
People
hard for them to
that's
shut
a
that
topic
down.
that's a topic that's not talked about.
Yeah, that's how
You're definitely telling the truth.
Yeah, that's how I got put onto it. Because when I was young,
You're definitely telling the truth. Like I've been wanting to go. I want to get all my chain stuff together, and that next time they bring up because they've been trying to stop dogs on chains here for years, but the reason they can't is because of hound hunters. So, and people going and standing up for their rights, like people should.
But see, elevated. This is the thing. This is my problem. Like I always say, some of these dog men they frown upon certain things, but they don't realize how much people that with coon hounds, people that hunt the livestock, these people with these game dogs don't realize once them people die off, that's when you really gonna have a problem in this game. The reason why certain states you still able to put your dog on the chain is because of people that hunt in the woods. It ain't because of you. It's because of people that hunt in the woods. Why you still able to put your dog on the chain? So when people say, "Oh, I ain't going in the woods and hunt, I'ma just be in the box," well, motherfucker, let me tell you something. You wouldn't be able to put your dog on the chain if it weren't for the people in the woods.
Yep.
Just like you wouldn't have your vaccines. You wouldn't have your vaccines if it wasn't for livestock. So these people with these game dogs, like I always say, they need to step up as a community, bro, because the game dog community is the one making it hard for everybody else. Everybody else ain't making it hard for the game dog community.
Yep, exactly. It's making it hard to even own the dogs, period. Just because you have a certain breed. And that's pretty messed up. You know what I mean? People that's doing good and doing right by them, they have hard times because there's people out here getting caught with 100 dogs and shit. Like, that's not okay. Like, I've caught so much hell in the last few years because of all these busts that's went down. But like my animal control guy shows up and all my shit's in order. So, I mean, other than that, but I mean, if it wasn't for the problems that people's causing, then they probably wouldn't have even showed up and bothered me at all. Honestly. I mean, my animal control guy is really, really a good dude, but at the same time, like, hell, it's still scary thinking somebody could show up and take everything you've worked hard for the last 5, 6, 7 years myself. So, I don't know. We definitely do need to step up as a community and stop putting up with these. Everybody will throw out the excuse, well, there's been pieces of crap in these dogs forever. Well, at the same time, we've let it be. You know what I mean? Like, we've let that be a thing. Kind of like the dope heads in town. All these dope heads are around hanging out, standing on the street corner. If we put a stop to that, that wouldn't even be as big of a thing. They wouldn't just hang out in the open freedom. So, I don't know. We could change the whole dynamic by setting our standards a lot higher for everybody. Like, at a dog show one time, there was these people that showed up and their dog had hookworm and shit, and the people at the show told them, don't bring that dog out. Don't even get it out of the cage. You can take it home. I don't even know why people would show up like that. It was scarred up, had hookworm. I mean, like, come on now. People like that's the reason we're having these problems.
Yeah.
True. And I mean, it's been like some of these problems I've seen like come up. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't a problem years ago, but now we're dealing with it. And everybody wants to blame social media, but I don't really think it is.
It's not. It's okay. Oh no! It's not. It's not social media because I'm gonna say this, and I always say this. When I first got on Facebook, 90% of the people that I know was not on Facebook. Facebook was a business site for people who had small businesses, which I was promoting my automotive and my contracting business. Facebook was a business website. Then people started making groups. Most of the people I know, again, was not on Facebook when I first got on Facebook when it came out. So it's not social media because, again, the dog is not going on social media and saying, I just beat one in an hour. The dog is not doing it. It's the human. It's human error.
Okay, but I do have a caveat to that, man. Hey, what about the other? Social media is in America, is worldwide. So what about the people, in those countries where it's more legal and they showing it on social media? And then everybody and then other people getting it and reposting it in groups or whatnot.
Well, that's their stupidity because at the end of the day, Big A, listen.
Mm-hmm.
We could go to 7-Eleven. A motherfucker could shoot a motherfucker right there and drop the gun because he's scared and run off. That don't mean I'm gonna go pick up the gun in front of the camera.
Nah.
I mean,
But that don't mean that you ain't go hang your camera out and put it on social
but see,
media.
that's what I'm saying. So it's people, they too impulsive. They looking for clout. They looking for that, and that's my thing. If your dog's as good as you say they are, why do you gotta look for clout? Why do you gotta look for clout?
But I believe forget the dogs. I believe that's in anything, man. People so quick to run to social media and say some negative stuff about what they did and showcase the stuff that whatever the case may be. They
But Big A, look,
what's up?
no, cause I was gonna say, tell me if this makes sense. Tell me if this makes sense. You hear how much some of these people claim they doing these matches for, right? So my thing is, the plane ticket don't cost that much to go do it legally.
Yeah, see, but see, the thing is, I don't even entertain any of that stuff. I don't entertain any of it. Like, you know what I'm saying? At all. Like, as far as that's concerned, I'm a straight square. You know what I'm saying? So it don't.
Yeah, I feel you, but it's just crazy to me. It's just crazy to me. If you feel you need that much clout, guess what? The ticket only about $500. Go ahead and complain and let us see. Let us see, because you can go do it legally. So let us, instead of you posting some sketchy ass shit that you ain't supposed to be posting on this side of the soil.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like I say, okay. You claim you did. I'm just putting some out there. For historical purposes. But you claim boom, match was for $50,000. Okay, then you jump on Facebook on the American side. Oh, well, did this. Okay, well, why the fuck didn't you spend $500 and y'all niggas fly overseas and let's see this shit for real? You don't even have to go far technically, but let's see.
Yeah, I don't even, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even entertain none of that stuff.
It's
man.
clout.
Like,
it's clout, man. It's clout. It's all about the clout.
That's for them. You know what I'm saying? That's for them, and that's why. I always say this, man. Like me personally, man. Like, whatever circle you in, stay there. You know what I'm saying? Do whatever you gonna do in that circle, man. It's one thing for you to do your thing, whatever you gonna do, and do whatever you gonna do and keep it there, man. And it's another thing to try to include the world, man. Like I like, for me, like a lot of times, like, man, first thing, loose lips sink ships. That's first thing. Second thing is if I really don't, that's why I don't participate in groups like that and all that other stuff, because you're guilty by association. So if y'all, like I say, man, whatever people got going on, keep it in your circle, man. Because by the time you tell me, now I'm involved. You know what I'm saying? Just by knowledge. So like I stay out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like if that's what you, whatever you got going on, that's what you got going on. You don't need to tap me on the shoulder and tell me nothing, partner. You know what I'm saying? Like, keep it to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't entertain that stuff, man. Because like these cases is flying by like flies off of shit. You know what I'm saying? On the cool. And you know what I'm saying? Me living the life that I live and walking the path that I live, man. Like, look, bro. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you got going on is what you got going on. You don't gotta include me. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody moving too fast, man. Moving too fast.
Yeah.
Moving too fast. I mean, you got 200 dogs, but don't got no cameras on your property. I mean, what are we doing?
Yeah.
What are we doing here? What are we doing?
So,
that should be step one right there.
Yeah, but the thing is, for me, like, we was just went on. You know what I'm saying? When we was in the PJs, we was talking about doing finding jobs for the shout out to Quick. You know what I'm saying? Finding jobs for these working dogs. For dogs to be working in and do some legal shit. So I mean, like, I respect it. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the same, I respect whatever anybody do, man. That's, you know what I'm saying? That's how you got it going on. But like, I'm more focused on this. You know what I'm saying? Like
And,
it's just
and
like this. Huh?
no, I was gonna say speaking on finding jobs, and that's the reason why I say it's okay. Let's just put for every action there's a reaction. So
Mhm.
so at the same time, we know there's a lot of kingpins out here that you have never heard of. They never been locked up. You never heard of them. They ain't got no documentaries, but they are kingpins. Now on the flip side, jobs for these dogs. Okay. Just think about it. If we was to really sit down and lock this in and say, okay, this group is in charge of Arizona, this group is in charge of Georgia. Okay, now moving forward again, cash prize tournaments. So think about it. If we had a show once a month, all year long, in every state, think about how much money we could generate within the pit bull community amongst each other. Just think about
I
that.
mean, that's a lot of work, and this is a lot of things that we do.
Hey, ho, big A, big A. It's a lot of work, but it's even easier to get locked up.
Oh yeah, no, but see, that's what I say. Like for me, that's what I'm saying, and this is what I'm saying for me. This is big A. I'm not speaking for nobody else, man. Like for me, like looking in a direction that could get you jammed up at any point in time, and focusing on that, takes a lot of energy. Anything that you put your time into takes a lot of energy. So when we start talking about working dogs, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, in a new age, in a new era, like in whatever particular category that I want a working dog in, y'all were talking about hunting. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like for me, yeah, I would like to get in hunting, but that's something that I could see myself doing in a 5 year, radius type deal. It's nothing overnight. It's nothing I'm gonna jump into or whatnot. Then I would focus on working dogs that excel in that category. I'm not running around. You know what I'm saying? That would be where my focus is at. I'm not going. If I was sitting there and all I was specifically looking for was something that excels in protection work, then I would be looking for the traits in that category. And as far as working, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I'd rather spend my energy on that than trying to seek out. You know what I'm saying? They waste my energy on the other end. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I respect. Like I say, to the end of the road, I respect it. But like, you know what I'm saying? My focus is otherwhere.
Yeah. What's that? Put that one up there.
But as far as conditioning, all those activities, man, whatever. I'm with whatever. You know what I'm saying? As far as hunting, man, I've been around a couple of people and had some real in-depth, detailed conversations, just like y'all were having earlier. And that's something that I would have to crawl myself into. It's nothing that I'm just, diving into. It'll take me some time. I'd have to produce some pups and build some confidence in going in that category. It's a lot that goes into that, man. And you got to be willing to lose at any given time, man. So, certain things like that, man, it's a process, man. At least for me, I'm very patient with it.
Yep. Patience is key with these dogs. It really is. No matter what you're doing. I mean, that could be maybe hog hunting. That's why, like, I've been so patient. That's why I've not just went with these boys and threw an unschooled dog in there. I value my dogs. And yeah, it might do good and it might, succeed, but at the same time, hell, I might come home with no dog. And that ain't what I'm trying to do.
Hell no, nah, whatever.
Especially
you
on my fault.
Yeah.
Hey, they
take that chance though.
They disappear quicker in the woods than the box, so you better make sure it's right.
That's what I'm saying. Hell yeah, they do. They come up on the wrong thing, they'll go out fast. Mm-hmm. There's some hogs that are dog killers. Like it's just in their DNA to kill dogs. There's a hog up here that's killed 4 or 5 dogs. These boys. And most people won't even, if they see it and they know it's it, it's got distinctive markings, so they know it's it. And they won't even run it. They won't even let their catch dog loose on it anymore because it's just killed 4 or 5 of them.
Hey, but elevated. See, that's why I said you gotta find who claim they got the baddest one and let them go out there.
Yeah, go put it on that.
They won't be making no Facebook posts after that.
That's true. I don't know. I'm kind of with Big A on that. I ain't in hardly any of them groups or none of that. And some of them I might be in, but I don't even watch their shit. A lot of them guys, I ain't got time for that. You know, their whole mindset towards these dogs, I just ain't got time for none of that shit.
Yeah, they kind of too high for me. That's why I created 2 of my own, because I ain't all that other shit.
Yeah, it's just they want to add too many different areas into the dogs that weren't even a part of the dogs before. Like, it just don't make no sense. Like, I love the dogs for what they are, not what I. Well,
the biggest problem is like I always address. A lot of people want to bend and change the rules and regulations to fit their yards, but they don't want to put the work in to create something in order to go out and work.
Yep.
They want to bend the rules and regulations because of the pedigree they got and all this other shit, but don't want to talk facts, you know? So, and at the end of the day, we all grown and ain't nobody got time for children's games. You know, we passed that stage in life.
Yep.
Hey, what's happening, man? Him and James.
Plus, I mean, I don't know. I don't talk to a lot of people with these dogs because I don't know what shit they got going on. And I don't know who they're talking to on the side neither. You know what I mean? I don't do nothing illegal, so I'm not trying to get in trouble by association. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, man, they guilty by association is a hell of a thing, man. And it's real.
And there is some people that's got in trouble for that. I mean, guilty by association. One second, my neighbor's over here at the fence.
Yeah, man, but that's why I say, man, like, you know, I'm always particular who I fool with, man. You know, I've seen a lot of things happen outside of these dogs, you know, by just being at the wrong place at the wrong time. So, you know, I'm real careful how I move and who I move around, because I can have my stuff together. I could be all the way together and you don't. And guess what? You know what I'm saying? It happens. So you know what I'm saying? I try to steer myself away from it and keep myself within a circle that we all on the same time are going in the same direction, man. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And like I say, man, loose lips sink ships. For everybody who doing whatever you doing, man. I mean, shit, you ain't gotta tell me. You ain't gotta include me. Know. You know what I'm saying?
I don't want to know. I don't give a. It don't make me any more impressed. I don't want to know. I don't give a shit. Flat out.
Yeah.
Like, if it's on hogs and stuff, hell yeah, tell me, show me. I don't care. But other than that,
well,
I don't
you know
even
what I'm saying?
entertain it.
Yeah, for me, I just, you know, I'm focused on the legal aspect of everything from, you know what I'm saying? So, from a working perspective, whatever direction I'm going in, that's what I want the dog to excel in, you know, or the program that I'm getting it from. That's, you know, that's what they working with. And as far as like hog hunting, you know, I would literally want to use what I hunt, you know. I wouldn't necessarily want to do it for a sport.
You want to eat it or
utilize it, you know.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'd like to. If I started killing them and stuff, I'd cut all the fat off of them and render my own lard myself. That would be my main use in hog hunting. I would eat the meat myself, but the main thing that would get used every single day, all the time, would be the hide and the lard.
Yes, sir.
That would be my interest. That's my interest in wanting to get my dogs on them. Most people's like, I want to see them work. I want to see them work. Like,
I mean, well, how long you want to see him work on the
I
hog?
swear, if he spam callers, yeah. If he spam callers, don't quit calling me. Shit.
You can work a different hog every day. You ain't got to stay there all night with one. You can work a different hog every single day.
Yeah, you can for sure. And like, I don't know, it just there's certain things like in my instance, I'm a breeder. Like I can put dogs together. I want to place them, like you said earlier or the other day about Tom selling dogs to people, you know. And then I want to sell them and let them be successful hog dogs, and then maybe buy them back or get them back in the future to breed them in too. I would love for people to get more in tune with what they're doing. That way they can hold up that end of the deal. Because, I mean, that comes into like where we ask, oh, do they pay you ahead of time for the puppy? You know, if they come and buy a puppy from me, or they pay after it works? No, they pay ahead of time because I don't trust people enough to pay me later. So they definitely pay ahead of time. But, I mean, if it don't do good what you want it to do, there is a buyer's agreement. So as long as you got all the everything in order, then I'll trade it for another pup out of a different litter, not a grown dog. You ain't getting one of my grown dogs, but I'll trade it for another pup.
And then in elevator, think about this. I said this I probably mentioned this to people about 10 years ago. I told them, I said, if you networking, right, you spraying your dogs with hog hunters, show people maybe, and say you had a situation to where you had to get out of the dogs, right? Mm-hmm. And then let's say you got back in. Now, if you didn't keep any dogs, right, and you said, well, I don't want nobody else shit, I need my stuff back first. Remember, if you selling to hog hunters, you can 9 times out of 10 you can go back and start back exactly where you came from if you dealing with the right people.
Because they're working them correctly, and you know that
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Hey, so with the 5-piece, man, appreciate it, bro, man.
So all that matters, man. You just in life in general, bro. You just gotta be smart. It ain't even just with the dogs; it's just life decisions, man.
The way I see it, gangsters are smart and patient. The real gangsters.
Well, you can't get far without patience.
Yep.
Yeah. So story time, man. I've told this story plenty of times. I tell it again, man. Guilty by association story. So, my homeboy, he was running the streets or whatnot. He fooled with dogs, man, in the old school way, and he was, selling dope. You know what I'm saying? And he got the house that he was at. It got kicked in by the feds. You know, and he had the dope under his couch, under the couch, and he was sleeping on the couch. The house wasn't his, so he beat that Fed case, which is hard to beat because the dope wasn't tied to him. But in the house, they had a whole bunch of VHS tapes. Like I say, this is old school. This ain't no, you know what I'm saying? This is old school. They had VHS tapes. And, the feds, they go through everything. So he beat that case, and then they turned around and hit him with another case. And on those tapes, like he liked to record everything, was dogs doing old school shit, in the woods. Had plenty of people faces on it. So he got jammed up behind that. Not only that, the whole string of people got jammed up behind him. And then you talking about sitting in the courthouse, sitting right next to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, people be guilty by association. There'd be a whole bunch of stuff, man. That'd be popping up and all types of stuff, man. So, man. you know, decisions, choices, and all of that stuff it count, man. So for me, I just focus on, uh, you know, the good stuff, the things that I can do positive, instead of focus on that, man. Because a lot of things are coming to an end, man.
That's true. That's true for sure. So basically, the choices you make today make you the man you are tomorrow. Pretty much.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So my dad's buddy, he was out this was the 80s, right? So he was out with his cousin, and the day before they had shot his cousin's gun, and the next day, that night they went to a bar, and his cousin shot a dude, and then he had already left, and his cousin fled, and they ran the prints and everything, and him and his cousin both went to prison, and neither, like, he wouldn't tell on his cousin, and his cousin wouldn't tell him that he actually did it. So my dad's buddy did like 8 years in prison for murder, and he didn't even do it. Guilty by association.
That's how it goes.
His fingerprints were on that gun, so they didn't know who did it. The guy ran from the bar, so they didn't know if it was Lester or his cousin. So, I mean, he's not been in trouble since. That dude is the best dude ever. So, like, just because you're a great guy, you could be drug into some shit just by dealing with the wrong people. That's why I fool with you and Dre. You know what I mean? Like, y'all are straight and on the straight and narrow, and that's where I want to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's that say?
He say some MKM bottom salute, man. You know what I'm saying? Say sometimes at work I think like I'm talking to the panel on the speakerphone. Dudes be thinking I'm on a conference call. Salute. Man. Nah, that's for real. Yeah, man. Nah, but yeah, man, I just like I say, man, like that be a focus of mine, like, to focus that way. That's what we be doing here, Yeah.
And I mean, so like if we give too much light, if we give too much light to the bad stuff, we're gonna be like, people that thinks it a good thing will use that as a glory find. It's not true. Like all that shit, it ain't gonna get you nowhere. And I'm sick of all these men that got something to prove. Y'all claim y'all men, but then you got something to prove. Come on now.
Well, I mean, like I say, man, to each his own, man. I'm not here to tell you what to do, what not to do. You know what I'm saying? Like I just be on what I'm on. You know what I'm saying? So I don't knock anybody doing whatever they gonna do, man. Hey, but as far as me and mine, I say doing what I do, and I know what I know, and I'm trying to learn what most of y'all know, because that's how the game go.
Well, like, okay, so I was born into these dogs, the dogs I have now, right? So all these guys will act like you got something to prove, and like, honestly, like, the shit that these people are doing is making it hard for me, somebody who was born into it, honestly. You know what I mean? Like, that's where I have a problem with it. Like, look, I have animal control showing up. Why? Because my dogs are on chains and they're a certain breed. That is a direct impact of the people doing the wrong things with the breed, causing me problems. Like thinking I'm doing something because I get seen at a show with this guy. Like, come on.
I mean, for me, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, man, for me, it all go down to your circle, man. I keep my yard clean, keep myself situated, and be prepared for everything that comes with it. It just is what it is, man. It's a part of the game of dealing with these dogs, man. It just comes with it. So, just keeping my yard clean, keeping myself situated, and keeping my circle small.
And then I mean, so like a lot of people in my area were doing bad things with the dogs back in the day, and that caused a hard light on them. Like, I'm glad that the animal control
I'm-
guy has enough sense to see that I'm not doing nothing with them.
It is
So,
what it is, man. Like, like I say, it is what it is. Like, it ain't my business,
yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because the way I look at it, like, things are gonna happen irregardless. You know what I'm saying? Whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen irregardless. Are you ready? You know what I'm saying? Do you have your stuff together? And that's really what it counts. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what they got going on down the street. I don't know what they got going on over there. It ain't my business.
Yep.
You know what
And
I'm saying?
that's one thing I
That's just how I
directly
look
had
at
to
it.
like relay to the animal control officer. Like, I don't know anybody that deals with dogs. I know people I see at dog shows. You know what I mean? And I don't even know them. I just see them and I recognize their dog more than I do them most of the time.
Yeah.
Like, that's really when I first started going to the shows, that's how I recognized people. I'd look and see that dog tied to them and I'm like, okay, that's who that is. That's who that is. Like, I don't know. My interest is the dog. So all these people causing people problems, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
That's why I like to fool with certain people. That's it.
Yeah, nah, like I say, man, I got more respect for people that stay in their lane, stay in their circle, and do their own thing, no matter what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just is what it is, man. Like I say, man, I know my yard clean, keep myself up to par, and keep my circle small, man. And salute to people who like minded, Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, that's kind of, so like, I've almost been drug into that circle, even though I'm not involved. That's why I kind of speak on it. You know what I mean? Like, if I wouldn't have had security cameras and like had, you know what I mean? They would have took my yard. If they would have had scars and if I would have been hog hunting them for the last, dead set only hog hunting them, they were scarred up and I didn't have cameras, they would have took my yard because they were scarred up. That don't make no sense too much. Like, we need the people who are actually hog hunting need to stand up for what like a hog dog looks like versus
I mean, from the legal perspective, if I were to jump into hog hunting as a business, like Toyo was talking about earlier, first thing for me to protect myself, I'm getting a lawyer, drawing up, uh, my LLC contract, how I want to run the business or whatever the case may be. Then I'm making it a business. So if you pull up to my lot and you have something to say about my dogs, and I'm working my dogs for hog hunting, this is a business, sir. And I'd have the papers to prove it. It's certain things that people can do or consider doing to protect themselves, man. It's things are changing. It's a dangerous world. The things that was accepted yesterday, are frowned upon today, man. So some things you got to protect yourself with and have an open mind, man. A lot of times we in the picture, and you so in the picture working, doing what you do. You can't look at the picture from a whole, like looking at the picture from as stepping back and look at it like it's on the wall. Sometimes you got to take a step back and dot your I's and cross your T's, doing whatever you doing, man, even in especially in situations like that. That's one thing I was already thinking about, because jumping into that in a hog hunting, man, you losing dogs on a regular basis. Anything can happen, man. That's and them folks show up and you really can't explain it or have anything to properly prove yourself, man. You might have yourself in a pickle, man.
Yep. Yep. I mean, in today's world, we should have enough pictures, proof, all this stuff. It's just we live in a world of cameras. Like, when I'm walking my dog, I don't want somebody's dog to run out on my dog because somebody might have a security camera. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's not my security camera, so like I have a trust for my security cameras over anybody else's camera. You know what I mean? Because I have all the footage. Like, That's why. I mean, like, and in my area, people are so bad to not put their dogs on leashes. Like, it's horrible. Like, I walked Judge up the road not long ago, and lady was like literally squatted down, had a hold of her dog, big old dog by the collar, and was like trying to. I thought she was gonna drag it into the house. You know what I mean? Because she saw me.
Yeah.
Well, she like come walking across the road, like looking at Judge all weird and stuff, and I was like, don't walk that dog up to him. She was like, "Oh, he's just a young man." I said, "Yeah, so is he. That's why you don't need to." Like, I don't know. There's just stupid people can get you in trouble as fast as people that are, have an agenda.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Hell yeah, we at the hour mark.
Yes, sir, man.
Yes,
It's
sir.
time for men at work, Yeah,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Coming up. Hey, y'all check out that dog of the week, man. Coming up, man. Y'all vote. It's coming up on Friday, man. We got some real good dogs, man. They just keep.
There's quite a few in there too, ain't there?
It's a lot. It's a lot, man. It's a lot, and they looking good, man.
How do we vote on that?
It'll be on Friday, man. It'll be a live poll vote.
Okay.
To be honest, man, Dre, we got so many dogs this week, man. Dre might want to start voting tomorrow. So
okay,
check that out, man. And we'll be showcasing whoever win all next week. It's about showcasing these dogs, man. Putting a good light on these dogs, man. And then it's a cash payout for that. Free entries for the Digital Dog Show. Cash payout. Shoot. May, I think we've raised over $600 for the Digital Dog Show. Free entry. Cash payouts on the spot. Man, come on, man. How can you
not even the in-person shows can beat that.
Nah,
I'm just saying.
Sitting from the couch, Yeah, you out there working your dogs and listening to us, go back and forth in the morning or whatever and you working your dog, you might as well showcase your dog, man. Might be your dog food for the month, Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
That's for sure. But
Yes,
this Elevated Kennels, you can catch me on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all the above. The Show Dog Journal is coming out. They should be mailed to me here soon, so I'll have a hard copy to be able to show off. They should be here not long, so I can't wait.
Yeah. And tomorrow we gonna be talking. We talked about pick of the litter, what to keep, what to cut. Tomorrow we gonna be talking about you picked it. Now what? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
What you gonna do after you pick your pick? But yeah, man. Check us out, man. We coming up next with that Men at Work, man. It's your boy Pimps Over Sims. And we out.
Ooh.
Money represents.
This old hammer shines like silver, rings like gold, rings like gold. This old hammer shines like silver, rings like gold, rings like gold.
I can never repent for my sins, cause if I had a chance, I'd do it all again. Maybe it's the gin, or maybe it's the end, cause I cannot pretend, don't care who I offend. This is from my brother saying he locked up in the pen. Me money 10 for 10, and I'm the lieutenant. Could give a fuck about friends, cause I don't fuck with them. This is for the borough, and I'ma represent. I'm still the fucking same, I still is to your game. Just usually he don't change, I still don't fuck with lanes. They should fucking put me in the ghetto hall of fame, cause I'ma pick the 9 out and I'ma let it bang. I'ma let it bang. I'ma let it bang.
This old hammer shines like silver, rings like gold, rings like gold. This old hammer shines like silver, rings like gold, rings like gold. Streets, boy, did you lose your mind? I'm on my grind, so let me shine. Reppin' my city just like LeBron James. I hold this bitch up like a motherfucking king. I got a state championship ring when I was 18. I do my thing, so nigga let me bang. Cause I take your bitch and turn her to my hoe. Then I take this trap and turn it to a float. And I don't give a fuck what none of you know. I'm from New Money Crust Squad and we doing it, yo. Where I'm from, we don't say bruh, we callin' you Bo. And you can't fuck with me if you don't fuck with my folk. And you can't fuck with my grip, and you can't fuck with my blood. I'm from the 910, baby, I'm not rollin' with thugs. I came up selling drugs and fighting some bitch. I had to do that shit to stack my grip. And if I catch you talking shit, then I bust your lip. And now I throw them bows, bitch, until you go for the hip. And I'm coming to grip, so I bang, motherfucker, bang. I got that shit, so sang, motherfucker, sang. I'm trying to give you the game so you don't have